Hello, users, and welcome to another Flicks Done Quick. And if you watch my previous Flicks Done Quick on Season 1 of Between, then hello. If you haven't, I suggest doing so if you're interested, because I'm about to review Season 2. So Season 2, my initial prediction was that the virus would spread, and the very first few episodes, it kind of felt like that, because a lot of people escaped. And it felt like they were going to go into civilization and the virus would spread. But it turns out that they kind of just went back because one party knew that that was going to be the case and they didn't want to risk the world. And then the other party basically got like bullied back into doing so. Um, so I was a little bit let down because honestly I would have preferred for that kind of action to start. But the way that it twisted actually wasn't too bad. The I guess it's the main character, but the main character Adam, actually because he's immune technically, because the virus is based off of his father and DNA and blah blah blah. He can go outside whenever he wants. So eventually he does escape and threatens to be a whistleblower instead of just being a whistleblower, instead of doing the easy thing. Um, and like the big corporations and the governments that are basically doing this illegal experiment kind of like get a hold of him, but he's able to blow the whistle anyway. So like, and that happens at like the very end of the season, but then they get put into like some witness protection. I forgot to mention that, like, this is like a recap of the last episode now, but in between the first and the last, there's just like more like anarchist style struggles where like people don't know what to do. There's like no actual power. Then there's like another faction introduced, and then some guy from the corporation tries to cure everyone. But it turns out he's kind of like fake-ish. Like he genuinely thinks he can cure people, and then the corporation will listen to them. Um, but like the corporation actually was just like throwing him in there and then like just to like satisfy him, right? But it turns out the cure actually worked. Um and but right? But um like when they get out, it turns out like they're planning on just like basically going in and killing everybody. So when Adam kind of blows the whistle and like throws out like he like recorded a bunch of stuff throughout his experience and basically just kind of like made videos and like released archives and stuff like that from the government and the corporations working together. So then like the news cycle happens and then like they kind of like get forced to shut it down. Um, and then like they get put into like a witness protection program basically, and then 6 months later, there's like a little scene at the end where like they're just walking around a grocery store, and all of a sudden like people start dropping dead of the virus like just randomly. And it's assumed that the corporation is getting their revenge because they're still the only people that have this cure, so they just like want to profit off of the cure. Um, and that's kind of like where the series left off, and it was only 2 seasons on Netflix. And so I did a little bit of research, clickety clack on the keyboard, and it turns out that the second season was from like a group of shows that Netflix did with another company, and then that kind of like there was some dissolution there, so like none of those shows have any more seasons. Um, so like who knows if there will be a continuation, but one hell of a cliffhanger for like the entire world to be infected. That's one hell of a cliffhanger. So we'll see if there's ever a season 3. But if you can deal with an incomplete series that ends on a cliffhanger that will probably never be completed, I would recommend checking out Between. Between's pretty good. The second season kind of ramped up on the action a lot. Filled a lot of the focus issues. There are a lot of major character deaths as well. One thing I do like about this series is they kind of stagger the major character deaths. So like every few episodes, like a major character is gonna die, and I think that's pretty interesting. So like you like most of the characters are likable. So like when just like one of them dies like that you like because it's gonna happen probably. It's just it's pretty cool. And overall, I would say it's probably on par with the first season as far as it being good. They're both just good, so I would say check it out.